This is a scary creature with a very long snout that looks like a huge version of a pacifier. This creature is one of the strangest inhabitants of India, but it's only active at night. Can you name this strange animal? This is an Indian gharial. This reptile has a very narrow head and a long, slender body that looks like a giant snake. If you look closely at its head, you'll notice that it has two eyes on top of its head. This allows them to see in all directions while keeping most of their body hidden. It also has a rounded snout, which looks like a giant pacifier. If you ask me, it's one of the weirdest-looking reptiles on the planet. Gharials are very elusive creatures and are rarely seen during the day. They spend their time hiding in caves, under logs, or in the tall grasses along riverbanks. In fact, there are many reports of people spotting gharial nests hidden in tall grass that look like large anthills. And because they are so elusive during the day, they are often mistaken for mythical creatures. Some people say they look like the mythical water monster called the Nagas. Gharials are found in freshwater habitats such as marshes, lakes, and rivers. They prefer areas with dense vegetation where they can hide from predators and prey on fish. Now, although gharials can be found throughout much of India, these days they are most commonly found in the central and southern parts of India. In fact, they are currently undergoing a massive population decline and have been listed as critically endangered by the IUCN. One reason for this decline is habitat loss. As more and more forests are cut down and turned into farmland or human settlements, gharials are losing their homes. Another reason is that they are often killed by fishermen who see them as a threat to their livelihood. And finally, gharials are sometimes hunted for their skin, which is used to make leather goods. So what do gharials eat? As mentioned earlier, they are carnivorous and primarily feed on fish. They also eat frogs, crabs, and other aquatic animals. And because they are nocturnal hunters, they rely on their sensitive streamlined snouts to find food. You see, when a gharial swims through the water, its sensitive barbels detect vibrations made by its prey. When they feel a fish, they immediately open their mouths wide and gulp it down. In fact, they can snap their jaws shut as soon as they feel a fish. This means that the fish doesn't stand a chance. The powerful jaws of a gharial can easily crush the bones of its prey, allowing it to swallow it whole. Now you may think that a gharial's long snout would make it difficult to move through the water, but this is not the case. You see, the skin on their snout is very smooth, which reduces friction and drag. Plus, they have special adaptations that allow them to swim efficiently. For example, their tails are flattened from side to side, which helps them steer through the water. Overall, this makes them surprisingly fast swimmers and allows them to chase down their prey with ease. Even though they are great swimmers, gharials cannot climb well. In fact, they are terrible at climbing, so if they come across a steep bank, they will simply turn around and swim back the other way. Now let's take a look at how they reproduce. Female gharials give birth to live young after a gestation period of around 2 years. Yes, you heard that right. Gharials don't lay eggs. Instead, their eggs hatch inside the mother's body, and she gives birth to up to 40 baby gharials at a time. These baby gharials are fully developed and can swim from the moment they are born. However, they stay with their mother for up to a year, during which time they learn how to hunt and survive in the wild. You might wonder, how do they communicate with each other? Well, like most reptiles, they communicate through a combination of visual and chemical signals. For example, they can communicate using their eyes, mouths, and bodies. And because they live in water, they also communicate through underwater vocalizations. Male gharials are known to produce a variety of sounds, including croaks, growls, and whistles. These sounds are used for attracting mates, defending territory, and communicating with other gharials. Another interesting fact about gharials is that they are believed to have a symbiotic relationship with certain fish. The theory is that the fish are able to clean the gharial's skin, which helps to remove parasites and keep them healthy. In return, the gharials provide the fish with protection from predators. In addition to their unusual appearance, gharials also have some other interesting features. For example, they are cold-blooded, which means that they need to bask in the sun in order to warm up. They are also poikilothermic, which means that they do not regulate their body temperature internally. Instead, they rely on external sources of heat, such as the sun. This allows them to be active at night when temperatures drop. Gharials also have special adaptations that allow them to breathe underwater. They can hold their breath for up to 30 minutes at a time, which allows them to capture prey that is not easy to catch. And even though they have lungs, they are adapted to extract oxygen from water very efficiently. Despite being one of the most unique creatures in India, gharials are still poorly understood. We don't know much about their behavior or ecology, and they are so elusive that we have never seen them mating in the wild. There is also limited research on their diet and life history, which makes it difficult to develop effective conservation plans. In fact, there are many misconceptions about gharials. Some people believe that they are aggressive towards humans, but this is not true. Gharials are generally shy and will avoid humans if possible. However, they can be dangerous if they feel threatened. Like any wild animal, they can bite or attack if provoked. But despite their fearsome appearance, gharials are not inherently aggressive. The best way to protect yourself from a gharial attack is to avoid provoking them or getting too close to their nests. If you do encounter a gharial, it's important to stay calm and move away slowly. Making sudden movements or noises can agitate them and potentially lead to an attack. It's also important to never feed a gharial, as this can cause them to become accustomed to humans and lose their natural fear of us. Gharials are truly fascinating creatures that play an important role in their ecosystem. By understanding and respecting them, we can help ensure that these magnificent reptiles continue to thrive for generations to come. Now that you know just how amazing and unique the gharial is, please consider supporting our channel by liking this video. Your support helps us create more videos about incredible animals like the gharial. Thank you for watching. We hope you learned something new and exciting about one of India's strangest inhabitants.